Good morning. Let's get started. Honor to be the great mandala, the perfect circle of all honorable one, revealed by our founder, Nichiren Shu. Honor be to the eternal Buddha Shakyamuni, our original teacher, the Lord of the Dharma, our great benefactor who attained enlightenment in the remotest past. Honor be the Sutra of the Lotus flower of the wonderful Dharma, the teaching of equality, the great wisdom, the one Bhikkhu. Honor be to our founders, the great Bodhisattva Nichiren Shu, and protective deities of the Dharma. We honor all of you. May you come to this consecrated place out your compassion towards us, see us with the light of your wisdom, and accept our offering and chanting, and Nam Myo Renge Kyo. 不浄珍珍未病の法は百千万号にも相立て祀ることかたし、我今見聞し授事することを得たり、願わくは如来の第一義を下せ、至極の大乗思議すべからず見聞即知皆菩提に近づく。脳線が方針、所詮が発心、色相の文字はすなわちこれ王人なり。無量の功徳皆この経に集まれり。このゆえに自在に妙に訓示密に訳す。内無知罪を滅し善を生ずもしは真もしは法。共に仏道上善三世の諸仏人人の妙典なり諸上世世地具師長大戦 Verses for opening the sutra. The most profound and wonderful teaching is presented in this sutra. This sutra is difficult to meet even once in thousands and billions of years. Now we have been able to see, hear, receive, and keep this sutra. May we understand the most excellent teaching of the Tathagata. The most excellent teaching of the great Bhikkhu is very difficult for us to understand. We should be able to approach enlightenment when we see, hear, or touch this sutra. Expounding in the Buddha's wisdom, expounding in the Buddha's truth. The letters composing this sutra are the Buddha's manifestation. Just as perfume is caught by something put nearby, so shall we be richly benefited by this sutra, even when we are not aware of being so benefited, because infinite merits are accumulated in this sutra. We can expiate our past transgression, do good deeds, and attain Buddhahood by the merits of this sutra. It doesn't matter whether we are wise or not, or whether we believe or the sutra surrender it. This sutta is the most wonderful, the most excellent taught by the Buddha of the past, present, and future. May we meet and receive it, verse after verse, word after word. Myoho Renge Kyoho Benpon Dai Ni Nichi Seison Ju Sanmai Anjo Ni Kigo Shariyoshyo Buchi E Jinchi Muryo Gochi E Mon Nange Nanyu Issai Shomo Yakushi Busho Fu no Chi Shoi Shaga Butsudo Shingo Yaku Senman no Kumu Shu Shobutsu 人行小仏無料道法有名小寺名小不門上中人寺未相右法随義小説異臭難下車両都合十上仏来修十因伝修十非有公園言業務修法部印度修上料理小弱小医者が如来方便知見原光海偶則車両如来知見五大臣道無量無下力無償異前上下脱三昧人有無最上中一切未相無法車両如来道修十分別行摂生法言知入な結果修士車両修養言師無量無変未相無法物質成就四車両通修部摂生医者が仏性成就第一形難下司法有物用物大道空自商法実相小医商法尿税総尿税小尿税大尿税力尿税差尿税陰尿税塩尿税下尿税大尿税本末空教頭小医商法尿税小尿税小尿税大尿税、力尿税、差尿税、陰尿税、塩尿税、下尿税、大尿税、本末空教頭小医小法尿税、小尿税、小尿税、大尿税、力尿税、差尿税、陰尿税、塩尿税、下尿税、大尿税、本末空教頭The Sutra of the Lotus Flower of the Wonderful Dharma Chapter 2 Expedient. Thereupon the world honors one emerged quietly from his samadhi and said to Shariputra, the wisdom of the pleasant Buddha is profound and immeasurable. The gate to it is difficult to understand and difficult to enter. The wisdom cannot be understood by any Shravaka or Pratika Buddha, because the present Buddha attained of many hundreds of thousands of variants of past Buddhas and practiced the immeasurable teaching of those Buddhas bravely and strenuously to their far-flung fame until they attain the profound Dharma, which you have never heard before and become Buddhas, and also because since they became Buddha, they have been expounding the Dharma according to the capacity of all living beings in such various ways that the true purpose of their various teaching is difficult to understand. Shariputra, since I became the Buddha, I also have been expounding various teaching with various stories of previous lives, with various parables, and with various simile. I have been leading all living beings with immeasurable expedient in order to save them from various attachments, because I have the power to embroil expedient and the power to perform the paramita of insight. Saripura, the insight of the Tathagata is wide and deep. The Tathagata have all the state of mind towards immeasurable living beings, unhindered eloquence, fervor, fearlessness, dhyana, concentration, compassion, and samadhi. They enter deep into boundaries and attain the Dharma which you have never heard before. Shariputra, the Tathagata divides the Dharma into various teachings and expound those teachings to all living beings so skillfully and with such gentle voices that living beings are delightful. Shariputra, in short, the Buddha attains the immeasurable teachings which you have never heard before. No more Shariputra, well I say, because the Dharma attained by the Buddha is the highest truth and difficult to and the sun. Only the Buddha attained the enlightenment truth. This is the reality of all things in regard to their appearance as such, their nature as such, their entity as such, their power as such, their activity as such, their priority causes as such, the environmental causes as such, effect as such, reward and retribution as such, and their equality as such despite these differences. 妙法蓮華経如来十両本第16自我特別来小行小古衆無量約千万億歳や葬儀上説法教刑無臭億衆上両入応仏道二来無量行為道修上広報弁言礼派事実滅道長寿死説法が成就王子精進図力量天道水道水言に不見主権が滅道国容赦利権界英連母二小活合し修正期神無悔し記入内心欲見物富士釈子名字が九州小空出量中戦が地合修正総在し不滅違法面立候言不滅滅用福修正苦行信業者が部を非注意説務情報両党右門師単にが滅道が検証修正末代多く解放無意原子両合小活合因合子連邦内水説法人通力量税王は葬儀工場材料重戦牛用小修正修正健康時大化小生寺が指導安穏天人上十万阿重空恩来中夜上昇寺が仙台上共同ダック修正昆布天才名無正大法理西方中方位政権症状重等小大心力合唱空行士税人士空毒無縁無有具症状時下法雨先政権法両連芸在数無部将棋枠尿風王空中実際無償芸昆布安納無用法慶州法規妙最上尊妙法蓮華経The Sutra of the Lotus Flower of the Wonderful Dharma, Chapter 16, the duration of the life of the Tathagata. It is many hundreds of thousands or billions of trillions of the Sankhya kalpas since I became the Buddha. For the past innumerable kalpas, I have always been expounding the Dharma to many hundreds of millions of living beings in order to raise them into the way to Buddhahood, in order to save the perverted people, expedient to show nirvana to them. In reality, I shall never pass away. I always live here and expound the Dharma. Also, I always live here with the perverted people. I disappear from their eyes by my supernatural powers. When they see me seemingly pass away, make offerings to my Sharira and adore me, admire me, and become devoted of light and gentle and wish to see me with all their heart at the cost of their life. I appear on Mount Secret Eagle with my Sangha and say to them, I always live here, I shall never be extinct. I show my extinction to you expediently, although I never pass away. I also expound the unsurpassed Dharma to the living beings of the other world if they respect me, believe me, and wish to see me. You have never heard this, therefore you thought that I pass away. I see the perverted people sinking in an ocean of suffering. Therefore, I disappear from their eyes and cause them to admire me. When they adore me, I appear and expound the Dharma to them. I can do all this by my supernatural powers. I live on Mount Secret Eagle and also in the other abode, or Asankhya Kalpa. The perverted people think this world is in a great fire. The end of the kalpa of destruction is coming. In reality, this world of mine is peaceful. It is filled with God and man. The garden, forest, and stately buildings are adorned with various treasures. The jewel trees have many flowers and fruits. The living beings are enjoying themselves, and the gods are beating heavy drums, making various kind of music and remaining mandala flowers on the great mighty and This pure word of mine is indestructible, but the perverted people think it is full of sorrow, fear, and other suffering. It will soon burn away because of their evil karma. These sinful people will not be able to hear even the names of the three treasures during a Sankhya Kalpa. To those who have accumulated knowledge and who are gentle and applied, and who see me, living here, expounding the Dharma, I say the duration of my life is immutable. To those who see me after a long time, I say it is difficult to see a Buddha. I can do all this by the power of my wisdom. The light of my wisdom knows no bound. The duration of my life is immutable kalpas. I obtained this longevity by age of practices. All of you wise men have no doubts about this. Remove your doubts, have no more. My words are true, not false. The physician who sent a man expediently to tell his perverted son of the death of their father in order to cure them was not accused or falsehood, although he was still alive. In the same manner, I am the Father of the world. I am saving all living beings from suffering. Because they are perverted, I say that I shall pass away, although I shall not. If they always see me, they will become arrogant and licenses and clinging to the five desires so much that they will fall into the evil religion. I know who is practicing the way and who is not. Therefore, I expounded various teaching to all living beings according to their capacity. 妙法蓮華経如来人力音大21小仏聖者十王大臣注意へ修上皇玄無量人力無空症状皇無量人力絶相信本伝信法無修行異偶仏道者見識慶宇治小仏教会小牛単寺師匠宗門実法国寺外六修道異仏滅道合能寺税教皇小仏会館儀玄無量人力無空症状公演者昭和の仏祭風化無明創世系非体外来神事妙大宇宙化老法滅上本能栄長小教官上無意軍鎮中義小雲寺者右見が今日教系消防卒の人税教者両が牛雲寺滅道他法仏一切海会議実法現在仏病化公未来薬見薬用薬用等関義小仏座道場聖徳医用法農地税教者右空薬道徳農地税教者王将王子義名字具合子行卒無具二尿不王空中一切無償下王如来滅後地仏小石膏因縁具子大水義尿理節用日学工房農場昇進名士人行政権能命修上は業無料法卒一教11条税法うち者門士空独立王が滅道後王十字司教税人の仏道欠場無義 The Sutra of the Lotus World of the Wonderful Dharma Chapter 21 The Supernatural Power of the Tathagata The Buddha, the world's ever have great supernatural powers. They display their immutable supernatural powers in order to cause all living beings to rejoice. The tip of their tongues reaches the heaven of Brahman. Immutable rays of light are emitted from their bodies. For those who are seeking the enlightenment of the Buddha do these things rely to be seen. The sound of quoting of the Buddha and the sound of their fingers snapping reverberate over the word of the 10 quarters and the ground of those words, quarter in the 6 ways. The Buddha joyfully displayed their immutable supernatural powers because the Bodhisattva from underground vowed to keep this sutra after my kingship. Even if I praise for immutable kalpas, the keepers of this sutra, to whom it is to be transmitted, I can't place him highly enough. His merits are as limitless, as infinite, as boundless as the skies of the world of the 10 quarters. Anyone who keeps this sutra will be able to see me. He also will be able to see many treasures Buddhas, the Buddha of my miracles, and the Bodhisattva whom I taught today. Anyone who keeps the sutra will be able to cause me to rejoice. He also will be able to bring joy to the Buddhas of my miracles and also to many treasures Buddhas who once passed away. He also will be able to see the present, past, and future Buddha of the world of the 10 quarters, make offering to them, and cause them to samsara. The Buddha sat at the place of enlightenment and obtained the hidden course. Anyone who keeps the sutra will be able to obtain the same before long. Anyone who keeps the sutra will be able to expound the meaning of the teaching and the name of the word of this sutra. Their eloquence will be as boundless and as unhindered as the wind in the sky. Anyone who understands why the Buddha expound many sutras, who knows the position of this sutra in the series of sutras, and who expound it after my extinction according to its true meaning, will be able to eliminate the darkness of the living beings of the world, where he walks about just as the light of the sun and or moon eliminate all darkness. He will be able to cause immeasurable bodhisattva to dwell finally in the one beacon. Therefore, the man of wisdom who hears the benefit of these merits and who kept the sutra after my extinction will be able to attain the enlightenment of the Buddha definitely and doubtlessly. Nichiren Daishonin Gomyohan, learning and practicing Shohoji Sosho ni shimeshite no Dhamma. Have faith in the great Mandara Gohonzon, the most venerable one in the entire world. Earnestly endeavor to strengthen your faith, so that you may be blessed with the protective powers of Shakyamuni Buddha, the Buddha's many treasures, Buddha's manifestations throughout the universe. Strive to carry out the two ways of practice and learning. Without practice and learning, Buddhism will cease to exist. Endeavor yourself and cause others to practice and learning, living Buddhism will cease to exist. Endeavor yourself and cause others to practice these two ways of practice and learning, which stem from faith. If possible, please spread even a word or a phrase of the sutra to others. Nam myo ho renge kyo. 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 Jikyo nanji nyaku zanji shaga soku kangi shobutsu yakune nyoze shinin shobutsu shotan ze soku yumyo ze soku shojin ze myoji kai gyozu dasha soku ishitto gumu jobutsu no no orai se dokuji shikyo de shinbushi jujun zenchi 仏別道後の下合義で昇天に世間資源奥異性の周遊説一切天に海洋供養 The difficulty of retaining the sutra from chapter 11 beholding the stupa of treasures. It is difficult to keep the sutra. I should be glad to see anyone keeping it even for a moment. So with all the other Buddhas, he will be placed by all Buddhas. He will be a man of endeavors. He should be considered to have already observed the precept and practiced the duty. It will quickly attain the past enlightenment of the Buddha. Anyone who reads and recites this sutra in the future is a true son of mine. He shall be considered to live on the stage of purity and good. Anyone after meditation who understands the meaning of this sutra will be the eye of the world of gods and men. Anyone who expounds this sutra even for a moment in this dreadful world should be honored with offering by all gods and men. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We respectfully dedicate our merit given up till now to the great benevolent teacher Shakyamuni, the eternal Buddha, to the supreme teaching the Lotus Sutra, to the reader of the declined letter age of the Dharma, our founder, the great Bodhisattva Nichiren Shu, and protective deities of the Dharma. May all beings under the heavens and within the four seas live in accordance with the wonderful Dharma. May the wonderful Dharma spread throughout the 10,000 years of the declined letter age of the Dharma. May we realize this words in the eternal Buddha's spirit. May peace permeate all the world and all people enjoy peace and happiness. May all people live in safety and live long without misfortune. May we purify our minds, limit the desire, learn to be content, feel free to experience the quiet and zooming joys of life, and learn to abandon all attachment formed in the mind. We pray for the spirits of our ancestors and for all the spirits of the universe. We pray that all beings awaken to the true nature of reality, which is the Buddha Dharma, and by the merits of following the teaching of the Lotus Sutra. May all beings of all limbs be helped equally and overcome suffering and gain the happiness of blissful liberation. With this prayer, we endeavor to increase our understanding and appreciation of what others have given and contribute to us to develop constant mindful consideration of how our thoughts and actions will beneficially contribute to others. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo Shujo Muhen Segando Bonno Mushu Seganda Omo Mujin Seganji Butsudo Mujo Seganjo. Sentient beings are immeasurable. I bow to accept them all. Our ever desires are exhaustible. I bow to concept all. The Buddha's teaching are immeasurable. I bow to study them all. The way of the Buddha is excelled. I bow to attain the path sublime. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Thank you very much. Let's continue chanting for inner peace of all living beings. सभी जीवित प्राणियों की आंतरिक शांति के लिए नाम म्योहो रेंगे क्यों का जप जारी रखें. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. शाम को मिलेंगे और कल मिलेंगे. See you evening chanting time or see you tomorrow morning.